Springtime is one of the four seasonal silly symphonies from Disney, and this was released in 1929 and was apparently the third silly symphony film to be produced, according to Wikipedia, just 5 days before the 1929 stock market crash. I don't think it was responsible for the stock market crash, but interesting to put a kind of rough time frame to it. And while I'm disappointed by the fact that there's no color, completely understandably, of course, but I will explain that in a moment, the music for it I thought was brilliant. Music by Carl W. Stalin, directed by Ub Iwerks, produced, of course, by Mr. Disney himself. And this presents a series of flowers and animals all getting ready for springtime. We have a beautiful range of weather conditions bringing us forward, getting ready for spring. The music is gorgeous. Morning Mood, which I recognized but didn't know the name of, from Edvard Grieg's Gynt, and Whispering Flowers, and we also have Ponchielli's Dance of the Hours, which is, I think, probably the most famous song in this. And the animation's really sweet. We have these beautiful elements of nature coming together, preparing for the spring. Everything's happy and blooming and gorgeous, and the music is lively, and I really enjoyed it. The reason I mentioned the color aspect, and I mentioned this when I also discussed my, was it the winter one I did or the autumn one? I discussed another silly symphony from the Seasons series, and obviously seasons are very iconic because of their colors. Springtime is beautiful with greens and golds and all these gorgeous colors, and we don't get to see that here. Obviously, it's a product of its time, that's completely understandable. But I would say watch Springtime Goddess, which kind of has a much darker theme to it, but it also really brings forward those beautiful spring colors. So watch the two back to back for a kind of earlier example of how they represent spring, and then I say slightly more contemporary. The Goddess of Spring is what it's called, and it was released in 1934, and this is actually a full color short, only 5 years later, of course, and it's much more exciting than this one. So even in just 5 years, though, it shows just how much Disney were able to progress with their silly symphonies. And in that respect, as a piece of animation history, it's really fascinating to watch and look at. I did enjoy it. I thought the music was really good. It's not my favourite Disney representation of spring from the first half of the 20th century, but it's still worth a watch.